Hi, I'm Father Sean McManus, President of the Capitol Hill-based Irish National Caucus in Washington, D.C., and the judge of the World Peace Prize. And this is our 39th, yes, 39th social media video on our One Ireland petition and on England's undemocratic partition of Ireland, perpetrated on December 23, 1920, by the London Parliament with the assent of the then King of England, which made it law. And now King Charles is the new King of England. In the past 102 years, and indeed since the Act of Settlement of 1701, there is only one absolutely constitutional requirement for inheriting the English throne. The King or Queen of England must not be Catholic. Must not be Catholic. They can be Jewish, Muslim, or any religion, but they cannot be a member of the oldest and largest Christian religion in the history of the world. Can that possibly be true, you may say? And no wonder, because this outrageous anti-Catholic discrimination and bigotry enshrined in the British Constitution is covered up by the media. You will not see this anti-Catholic discrimination being condemned on the front pages of the New York Times or the Washington Post. So the world is not really aware of it. But you can be certain, if there were a clause in the Irish Constitution declaring that a Protestant could not be President of the Irish Republic, then the media would constantly be denouncing it, as the media should. And I myself would be the very first to denounce it. Now, if you find that hard to believe, that the British Constitution would still have, in this day and age, such viciously anti-Catholic discrimination, do not just take my word for it. Let's go to the website of the royal family, royal.uk, where it is stated, quote, "The Act of Settlement of 1701 was designed to secure the Protestant succession to the throne." And it also says, quote, "A Roman Catholic is specifically excluded from succession to the throne," end quote. Nothing could be more clear than that. Constitutionally designed anti-Catholic discrimination and bigotry, like having a clause in the United States Constitution to ban a black person being president. Now, some may say that's the way because the King or Queen of England is also head of the Church of England. Well, of course, that is no justification for discrimination and bigotry. Indeed, it is further proof of the wisdom and importance of the Establishment Clause of the United States Constitution. The clause in the First Amendment of the Constitution that prohibits the establishment of religion by the Congress. Because the moment you have an established religion, some people, many people, will be discriminated against. Furthermore, consider this: the House of Lords reserves 26 seats for its Church of Ireland bishops, one of the few parliaments in the world where religion directly influences civil law. Iran is the only other country where Parliament reserves places for unelected clerics. The anti-Catholic clause in the Act of Settlement of 1701, which is the foundation stone of the royal family, may not mean much to the ordinary English person, but it most certainly means a whole lot to the anti-Catholic Unionist Protestants in Northern Ireland. Unionist Protestant leaders have consistently declared that their loyalty is not just to the British Crown, but to Protestant succession to the Crown, and the pledge that this very moment as we speak. The anti-Catholic clause in the Act of Settlement of 1701 condones and legitimizes Orange Protestant anti-Catholic bigotry and hatred in Northern Ireland, just as an anti-black clause in the American Constitution would have condoned and justified the racism of white supremacists in America. Who could possibly disagree with that self-evident truth? So, what can you do about England's terrible record and ongoing horrible legacy in Ireland? Do you want to build up the beloved community as advocated by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., to build a new shared Ireland in unity, peace, justice, equality, and solidarity? Well, you can immediately sign and share the Irish National Caucus One Ireland petition, which proudly and beautifully declares Ireland too has the right to be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This splendid petition has over 31,000 signers. The petition is hosted by Change.org. It's on Twitter and Facebook and on the Irish National Caucus website. Please help us to continue our good work by donating also to the Irish National Caucus. And please be aware that donations made on the Change.org page do not go to the Irish National Caucus. Instead, to donate to the Irish National Caucus, you must go to irishnationalcaucus.org. The donate buttons are on the top right corner. Please be as generous as you can. Thank you. God save Ireland.